And today we're reacting to your life as a medieval torturer. I always thought, how do you get that job? I really genuinely did, and we're gonna get those answers today. I was very curious. How does one become this? Like, just enough trauma? Was it a time where it was like the king would just say, or whoever was in charge was like, I want you to take the lives, this is what you do? Or was it just like, hey bro, taking lives is not that big of a deal. Over here and during this time period, it's not that serious. We take people's lives. That's what we do. We do it in the middle of the street. Let's find out today. Alea, man, let's do
it. You were born in 14th century Europe into what they call a cursed bloodline. Not cursed enough to die young, not blessed enough to escape your fate. Just stuck in the middle of nowhere with a destiny even the devil begs to pass on. Your mother spends her days praying for your soul before you even know you need saving. Your father, he's always gone, doing work that makes grown men wet themselves with fear. Then you hit age 2. Congratulations, you've beaten the plague and starvation. But surviving childhood might be the worst thing that ever happens to you. By age 4, you start noticing the whispers. People don't just avoid your house. They make the sign of the cross when they walk past it. Your mother never takes you to the market, never lets you play with other kids. She says it's because of wild animals. You're starting to think the real animals walk on 2 legs and throw rocks at your windows. Then, one day, curiosity kills more than just the cat. You sneak out to the village square and see a crowd gathered around a wooden platform. They're screaming, begging, the smell of blood and fear. And there, holding a strange metal device, is a man in a dark hood. The crowd parts when he walks by, some spitting, others just staring in horror. That's when you see it, your father's face under that hood. That night, you corner it. Your father sits you down, pulls off his gloves. His hands are scarred and stained, and tells you the truth.
Why are you mad at me? Hold on. Why y'all all mad at me, the town's torturer, because this is what I was assigned to do? It's not like I'm just out here torturing niggas just on some fun shit. Like, this is my job. We're all like, why y'all out here watching this? If that's how serious it is.
Truth that'll haunt every dream you'll ever have. Your father is a torturer. When someone steals bread, speaks against the Lord, or looks at a priest wrong, they bring him to your father. His job? To hurt them until they confess to things they might not have even done. But wait, it gets worse. See, nobody applies for this job. Nobody wakes up thinking, gee, I'd love to spend my life breaking people's fingers for a living. Which means there's only one way people become torturers. They're born into it. Your grandfather was a torturer. His father before him. And his father's father? You guessed it. This isn't just some family business.
That's a tough childhood. I already know it's a bunch of lessons and dark lessons too that you got to go through.
It's a family curse. And guess what? You just inherited it. You had dreams once, maybe becoming a farmer, growing things instead of destroying them, maybe a merchant, traveling to far-off places where nobody knows your name, maybe even a priest, saving souls instead of damning your own. But none of that matters now. The city won't let you do anything else. You're marked, branded, cursed from birth to follow in daddy's bloody footsteps. Age 8, training begins. And by training, I mean learning how to clean up after human suffering. You start by sharpening the tools. Pliers for pulling teeth, screws for crushing thumbs, ropes for the strappado. Each tool has a purpose. Each purpose involves screaming. Before you can touch human flesh, your father tosses you a pile of animal bones. Pig femurs, goat ribs, cow skulls. Break them clean, he commands. Understand how muscles, sinew, and bone react under...
Oh man, this is a tough one. This is a tough life. You get born into this. This whole time I'm thinking like, maybe you're appointed, maybe you just a crazy guy, but no, grandfather, so we're just trusted with this line of work. This is how we do it. And son, sorry to tell you, all that dreams of being a merchant or whatever the hell you wanted to do, no, you need to learn how to break bones and peel skin back, peel back some nails. Let me show you how to do it.
Strain. You spend weeks cracking livestock remains, learning the precise pressure needed to shatter without killing. The stench of rotting meat clings to your clothes as you master this grotesque craft on dead animals first. You learn to oil the rack so it doesn't squeak when it stretches people apart. You clean blood off stone floors until your hands are raw, scrubbing with buckets of vinegar, the only thing that cuts through the overwhelming reek of sweat, feces, blood, and decomposing flesh that clings to dungeon stones. The acidic smell burns your nostrils, but it's better than the alternative stench of human despair. The smell never leaves your clothes. Iron, blood, fear, sweat, and something else you can't name but makes your stomach turn. Your mother tries washing your clothes 3 times, but that smell, it's not coming out, ever. Month 9, your father decides you're ready to watch.
Wow.
A man is brought in, accused of stealing grain during harvest.
Bro, stealing some grain, bro? If I'm stealing grain, it's because we hungry, bro. Come on. I don't got it. I'm stealing grain. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta torture me? You can't just... When did we just decide, hey, maybe we shouldn't be hurting people like this? Maybe we should just put them, like, you know, jail for a while, or, you know what I'm saying, some type of probationary period. When did we decide, hey, enough with the bone cracking, the neck slapping, you know what I'm saying, the butthole spreading, you know what I'm saying, enough of that. Let's just make people be behind bars for a while. Hey, before we get back into the video, I got a way you can make some extra bread. I know you bored at home right now, bro. And all you have to do is play games and get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you can sign up to freecash.com and start getting paid right now. And they make it extremely simple. First, just create an account like any other site and email and password. And once you get in, you'll see a wall of games and offers immediately. Pick a game that you actually like, play through the levels, and the cash will land straight into your free cash account. It's basically turning your downtime into a hustle without you even thinking about it. People pulling $10 to $20 a day, and with some effort, you can go way higher than that. You can spend a couple bucks in-game to hit levels faster that'll ultimately give you bigger offers and payouts. That's the method on how some users end up making hundreds, even 500 or more on certain offers. But you don't have to spend any money. You can literally stick to the free levels and still cash out. The whole point is when you're taking a break from those Astral Dior videos, doom scrolling, looking at women, you could be playing and earning at the same time. Get to your money, bro. And once you run it up and want to cash out, you've got options of PayPal or gift cards. So if you want to get to that extra cheese, hit the link in the description or scan the code on the screen, sign up for free, and start playing for cash on your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you get $5 bonus to get you started, bro. Go ahead, get to it. Let's do it.
He's crying, begging, swearing on his mother's grave that he's innocent. Your father doesn't care. Innocent or guilty, your father's job is to make the man confess. That's what the law wants. Confession. Your father starts with the thumb screws, small metal devices that look harmless until they start crushing bone. The man screams are so loud you think your ears might...
So when I tell you, so if I didn't do it, I just start saying it, yeah, because I'm in pain. You just gonna kill me?
bleed. You want to look away, but your father's watching you, making sure you don't flinch. This is your future. This is what you'll do every day for the rest of your life. The man confesses after his third finger breaks. He admits to stealing grain he never stole, names people who don't exist, just to make the pain stop. Another successful day at the office. You're 12 now, and the real education begins.
Time for you to
Your father hands you the pliers and points to a prisoner's mouth. Start with the back teeth, he says casually. They're easier to grip. You hesitate. The prisoner looks at you with desperate eyes. Your father's hand lands
they did have prison.
Hands on your shoulder, not gentle, warning. You do it now, or I do it to you later, he whispers. But there's more to fear than just his wrath. Cross the church, harm the wrong noble, or let a prisoner die before confession and they'll burn us both alive, he adds grimly. You've heard the stories. Torturers who disobeyed orders or showed unauthorized cruelty found themselves on the same pyres they once prepared for heretics. Your first tooth extraction takes forever. Your hands shake. The prisoner passes out from the pain before you're halfway done. Your father shakes his head. Sloppy work. We'll practice until you get it right. And you do practice, on prisoner after prisoner, until pulling teeth becomes as natural as brushing your own. Age 15 brings anatomy lessons. You learn where to cut for maximum pain without killing. How long someone can hang before their shoulders pop out. How many turns of the rack it takes to make someone beg. You discover that fear is often more effective than...
The pulling one is crazy, bro. The pulling little tool that they did, I don't know what to call it. But to stretch a nigga like that, that's insane, bro. Why were people doing this? How can you hear this and just keep doing it? I couldn't do it, bro.
Pain. Sometimes just showing someone the tools makes them talk. The human imagination fills in all the terrible ideas you don't even have to mention. Your father introduces you to the Iron Maiden. Human-shaped metal sarcophagus bristling with... This
got to be for the worst of the worst right here, because this is crazy. We pull some teeth. Nah, put them in that Iron Maiden. Put him in that Iron Maiden. Let's get some spikes going.
Inward-facing spikes. Each spike pierces limbs, shoulders, thighs. Never vital organs, he explains.
Well, I feel like if they close it, I could just push myself up against the back further enough to where I don't get stabbed. I'm mistaken?
Demonstrating on a screaming victim.
Ooh.
The art is in prolonged suffering, not swift death. You learn to operate it with surgical precision, knowing exactly which spikes to engage for different types of confessions. By 17, you're ready for the rack, the king of torture devices. A wooden frame that stretches people like clay. Listen to their breathing, your father explains. When it gets ragged, ease off. When they start talking, tighten more. Keep them right on the edge between confessing and dying. Your first solo lesson comes at 18. A woman accused of being a witch because her neighbor's cow died.
Yeah, this one, yeah. See, now it's getting painful. We adding women to this. It's starting to get painful. They talking about witch. That used to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. If she drowned, she was a witch. If she survived, she gonna float. Bro, what type of logic? That don't even make sense. Nobody stepped in and said, yo, that is dumb. That makes no sense. We're all gonna sink. How does that work? Nobody said that?
You start gentle, just showing her the tools. She denies everything. But before you can proceed, you're accused of showing unauthorized mercy. The church demands proof of your divine sanction. You're forced to undergo trial by ordeal, plunging your hand into boiling oil to prove your methods are blessed by God.
What?
The searing agony reminds you that even torturers aren't above suspicion. When your wounds heal cleanly, you're deemed worthy to continue. Thumb screws, still denying. Then you hang her by her arms for an hour. Finally, you mention her children. Shame they had to be questioned too. Kids are so fragile. She confesses within minutes, admits to flying on broomsticks, dancing with the devil, cursing crops. All lies, but effective lies. The crowd that watches her burn cheers your success.
Jesus
you feel
Christ.
sick. Years pass. You get good at your job.
Why you got a shirt off now?
Disturbingly good. Your reputation spreads. They call you the Bone Breaker. You perfect new techniques. Keep detailed notes like any craftsman. Subject lasted 47 minutes before confession. Recommend different approach next time. But success comes with a price. Nobody talks to you except to hire your services. Kids run when they see you coming. Even priests.
Yeah, they should.
Priests won't let you sit with normal people. You're necessary but unwanted. Useful but unclean. You live alone at the edge of town. Your only companions are screams that echo in your head. You drink heavily, but alcohol doesn't wash away the memories. Women won't marry you, so you find companionship with someone as hated as you are. A brothel worker who understands what it's like to be society's
Wow. So you just black sheep, but we still need you,
necessary evil. 20 years of torture later, you're
They
the
did The Witcher like that too, right?
most feared man in 3 counties. Your name makes criminals weep. You've extracted thousands of confessions, sent hundreds to their deaths. But comfort is relative when your job is inflicting misery. Every night brings nightmares. Faces of
Gotta be. You got to. From a young age too. You just screaming. Ah! That's how I imagine people like this do. Like, even like serial killers, I feel like sometimes they just be their rest. They never getting real rest. They never hitting REM sleep, you know?
people you've broken. Voices begging for mercy you couldn't give. You wake up screaming more often than your victims did. Your wife gives birth to twin boys. For the first time in years, you feel hope. Maybe they can escape this life. But hope is luxury torturers can't afford. Your hands start shaking at 40. Years of gripping tools takes its toll. One day, you miscalculate. A prisoner dies before confessing. The judge is furious. Your reputation takes a hit.
What you mean? I've been doing good work for 40 years. Y'all gonna do me like that?
More mistakes follow. Word spreads that the great bone breaker is losing his touch. There's only one solution, and you hate it more than anything. You take your eldest son aside on his 13th birthday. This is our family trade, you tell him, watching his face crumble. I didn't choose it. My father didn't choose it, and neither will you. But if you're going to survive, you need to be better than I ever was. He cries, he begs, he tries to run away, but 3 days later, he's back, hungry and defeated. There's nowhere to run. The family curse follows you wherever you go. So you begin his training, just as your father trained you. You see in his eyes the same depth of innocence you felt all those years ago. The cycle continues. Your son learns the trade, masters the techniques, earns his own reputation. You retire to a corner of the house, hands too shaky to work. But retirement isn't freedom. It's just a different prison. You listen to screams from below, knowing your son is
Knowing that when you die, hell is awaiting.
continuing the family tradition. Every cry reminds you this is your legacy, the curse you pass to another generation. You die at 52, which is
Wow.
old for someone in your profession. Most torturers don't live to see grandchildren. The stress, the drinking, the constant fear of revenge kills them young. But you've been lucky, if you can call any part of this life lucky. But even in your final years, there's no peace. Torturers are feared even in retirement. Villagers believe you're cursed, damned by your bloody trade. When your active service ends, you're quietly exiled to remote regions. Society's way of erasing the shame you represent. You torturers receive pensions.
Hey, I'm not mad at it, bro, because you fucked around and killed my uncle, my great uncle, for stealing grain, and he ain't even steal the grain. It was actually me, but I was just too scared to say something because I'm not trying to end up in the torturer's hand.
Your land. Most are relocated far from civilization or executed in secret to prevent their dark knowledge from spreading. Your sons bury you in the torturer's corner of the graveyard, far from decent folk. Even
Just
in
run
death.
away.
No priest says prayers over your grave.
What? After all the work I just put in for y'all?
No mourners come to pay respects. Just your family, carrying on a tradition that's destroyed every generation for centuries. But at least it's over for you. The nightmares stop. The guilt ends. The screams finally fade
Yeah, so you think.
to silence. You've paid your debt to a world that needed someone to do its dirty work, even if it hated you for doing it. Your sons, though, their story is just beginning. And somewhere in town, a 40-year-old boy is starting to wonder why people cross themselves when his family walks by.
Crazy. Well, there's the life right there. That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like the video, so comment up, bitch, your channel. I appreciate your grief, y'all. We are gone. ADD lad.